Hello, pre-algebra students. We're in lesson 57 and we're going to talk about a little bit more about mixed numbers and mixed number problems today. So you remember in our last lesson, lesson 56, we learned how to get rid of mixed numbers, and we learned that we want to get rid of mixed numbers because they're harder to calculate in algebra. So we are going to put them into some of our word problems so that you can see that a little bit more visually and get a feel for it. So our first word problem is 57.1, and it says 2 and 1/2 I lost my place. Of what number is 7 1/3? Now, I don't know why it wrote this one out and then put that in a number format. Who knows? This book sometimes does weird stuff. So what we have to do is recognize what this is. This is a problem, and we're going to have to put it in our format. And we automatically see our is. That's the first thing I go to. We know that something equals this, right? This is our equal sign. So I'm going to start by putting my equal sign and 7 1/3 right here, because I see that right away. And I also see what number. That's my variable. So I'm going to put my variable in because it's right next to the equal sign. So of is my multiplication. So I know that whatever this is going to be multiplied times my variable, right? That's my multiplication. 2 1/2. Ugh. 2 1/2. That is an improper, or that is a mixed number. Let's get rid of the mixed numbers. We hate mixed numbers in algebra. We really do. I mean, they're just a pain in the butt. Let's get rid of it. Now remember how we get rid of it. We multiply the whole number times the denominator plus the numerator, and then put that back over the denominator. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 5, put it back over the denominator, over 2. Now we can rewrite this, and we can rewrite this. Let's get rid of this one because this one stinks too. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 1 is 22. We put it back over the denominator. Finally. Okay, now we know how to get rid of a fraction next to a variable. We just multiply times the reciprocal, right? If we do it to this side, we know we have to do it to this side because we want to keep the balance of our equation. 2 times 5 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 over 10 is 1. So that just cancels everything out. You don't even have to really do the math. Just you do the reciprocal and then you cross it out. You're done. Easy peasy. All right, x equals 22 times 2. That's going to be 44 over 3 times 5. That's 15. Can we reduce this? Nope, because this is an even number and this is an odd number. And we know the factors of 22 are 2 times 11, right? And these are both prime. There's no 2, there's no 11. Oops, what did I just do? There's no 2, there's no 11 down here. So we can't factor anything out. So it has to remain 44 over 15. Easy peasy. We have one more problem. Write this one down in your notes. You got to make sure you write down your notes so that you have sample problems to go back and look at to figure out how to solve these doodads whenever you come across them. 57.2. We're going to do another one. So this one says, I don't know why they got to spell these things out and make me show you my bad handwriting. 2 1/5 of, remember that's our multiplication, 8 1/8 is what number? Ooh, they changed it around on us just a little bit this time. All right, so this is our equal sign, this is our x, this is our multiplication. So 2 1/5. There we go. 2 1/5, and we're going to multiply that times this. So we're going to use parentheses just because I like parentheses. It's easier to me. Equals x. That's our problem. We hate mixed numbers. They're harder to multiply. You can't multiply that. We have to put it in a proper fraction. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11 over 5. And then we're going to multiply that by 8 times 8 is, oh goodness, 64. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, 8 times 8 is 64, plus 1, so 65 over 8 equals x. All right, y'all. I got to have my calculator because I can't do 11 times 65 in my head. I don't know about you. 11 times 65 is 715. So 715, and I know that 5 times 8 is 40, equals x. All right, so that is true, and we know that this is divisible by 5, and this is divisible by 5. But guess what? Let me back up, because we could factor this. Let me show you what I mean. If we have 11 over 5, and we're multiplying times this, right? Let's do the factors of 65 so we can we can factor out the 5 and not have to do that later. We can reduce it before we multiply. That's the beauty of factoring. So what we can say is 65 is going to be 13 times 5. And 8, we know that 11 is not a factor of 8, so we can just leave 8 by itself. We can't factor anything out of there. But what we can do is we can say, oops, I got a 5 here and a 5 here. They cancel. So now we can just say 11 times 13 over 8, right? So 11 times 13, let's see what that is. 11 times 13 equals 143 over 8. Isn't that a smaller number and an easier way to get there? Before, when we did 11 times 65 and 5 times 8, we were going to have to reduce. And we were going to reduce it to here because we were going to divide the top and the bottom by 5. But in this way, we did this division first. So we saved a step. We only have to multiply here. So then we don't have to try to scramble around and figure out what number to reduce by and then reduce it. We just go ahead and do our final answer on the front end. That's a whole lot easier. So think about doing it like that before you do the multiplication. Or if you do the multiplication, you can back up and factor it and reduce without having to struggle a whole lot with that. Guess what? That is the end of our lesson. That's it. I will see you guys in lesson 58.